there's a convenience store. Mind if I grab a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue while we're waiting?
I mean, there's an actual comic book store like a block back.
Is that the comic based on the Express's adventures? The author sure knows how to tap into what's trending.
The best part is that the author drew all of us as adorable little animals. Totally fits our personas, don't you think?
I'm the protagonist, you know. And yeah, it is IP infringement, but you get salty every time I say that, so...
Right back at ya, baseball raccoon.
In fact, it was recently announced that the Fluffy is getting an animated adaptation, and the copyright for it is currently held by Pearluxe Corp.
It's a super memorable comic. No way can I miss getting a copy while I'm here. I promise I won't be long. A couple of minutes, tops.
Looks like we got here on the early side. Since coming to this world, I still haven't had a chance to get a street-level view of the city. How about this? We'll meet up under the ad at the plaza gate in a few minutes.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Might as well take a look around then.
Hey, you hear the news? There was a supplicant battle at Graphia Academy.
Yeah, I saw it. The online forums are already blowing up.
The supplicant called Sparksy. How terrifying! Actually using live streams to spread mimetic viruses. Eons, that's just evil! I can't believe the Department of Aberration Defense is letting someone that dangerous run loose!
I heard her livestream got permabanned. Good thing that Nameless from the Astral Express acted so quickly.
I wonder what the next supplicant will do.
Have you read the new chapter of Fluffy Across the Blue?
Sorry, I'm not into comics for kids.
Wow, bro. What an elitist.
They just released the official concept art for that giant pom-pom robot!
This is one busy convenience store, goddamn.
That mech design is totally unrealistic. What's so great about it?
Do you have the slightest clue how to talk to other people? Do you?
Hey, relax. Now, if we were talking about a fusion between Daybreak Squadron and the Raccoon, that would totally get my attention.
Wow! You are unbelievably childish!
Yeah, you think Fluffy Across the Blue is for kids, but you're into the Power Rangers.
I've tried buying a copy of the Fluffy from a couple of stores, but they were always sold out. I really hope this store has it in stock.
Hello there. Would you like to learn more about the Research Society of Happy Smiles?
So, are there any charges or fees?
Isn't that Detective Passerby? What's he doing here?
Getting harassed by the Research Society of Happy Smiles, apparently.
Is the weight of work and stress in your life crushing you? Check out the Research Society of Happy Smiles.
So, this free?
Rest assured, the only thing joining our Research Society will cost you is a bit of your precious time.
Yeah, you don't have to pay us money, you have to pay us time.
We've set up a venue near Dovebrook, where we offer free psychological counseling and living assistance to all visitors. All our services are provided free of charge.
I had a friend who passed away, and he'd mentioned you before. He told me that if I ever ran into trouble, the kind people at the Research Society would help me.
Your friend passed away? How terribly sad. But the words he left you have illuminated your path in life.
How sad, he says, smiling wildly. I hate the Research Society of Happy Smiles.
He told me that if I joined the Research Society of Happy Smiles, I could get rid of my suffering forever and be eternally happy. Is that true?
You're trying to do an undercover op, right, Ashvale? You're investigating.
Of course it's true. Just look at the society we live in. Everyone's suspicious and dismissive of one another, and willing to take dangerous risks just for a little pleasure, for a thrill. Did you hear about how a streamer took over Graphia Academy and was trying to spread a memetic virus through the internet? And over in Duffbrook, gang violence erupted and left a pile of corpses in its wake. Oh, may the Master of Elation save us all. The Research Society was founded with the sole purpose of healing humanity's incurable inner pain. Following Aha's creed, we aim to spread laughter across the mortal coil and eliminate all suffering.
And by eliminating suffering, I mean making it so you don't care about suffering.
Of course it's possible! For this is a world blessed by the god of elation, where Aha has granted us the right to happiness. Have either of you heard about the tragedy of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago? Why, of course you have. You're the Astral Express's superstar. You've even dug up everything there is to know about something that happened over a decade ago. There was an awful accident during the last Phantom Moon Games, and many people lost their loved ones and children. It was as if a hole that could never be filled had been drilled into their hearts, leaving only sorrow to accompany them for the rest of their lives.
Yes, and I also know that one of your founders was one of the survivors, but she went on a real weird angle.
To escape their suffering, these people who had lost their loved ones gathered together and established a mutual support association. This was the Research Society of Happy Smiles' predecessor.
Yeah, the Victims Mutual Aid Society.
It's now been well over a decade, and the Research Society continues to help more and more people emerge from the darkness in their lives and step into a brighter, happier future. Come to think of it, it would be most wonderful if a distinguished person like yourself were also interested in our Research Society. Should you find yourself with a moment to spare, please come and visit our Mutual Aid Society.
No, thank you.
Well, if it isn't the Astral Express's superstar. Of course it's you. Looks like we really were bound to run into each other.
And after all the help you gave me recently in side quests, here to arrest me again for banana-related crimes?
I'm here to do my job. Problem is, you've gone and messed up my investigation.
I'm sorry. That society just really, really annoys me.
The Research Society of Happy Smiles. You think they're just some random charity outfit? You must have heard about the Sinwish Syndicate killings in Dovebrook, right? The lead I'm following might be connected to this Research Society of Happy Smiles. But I'll stop there. Not like you're going to pay for my intel, and none of this is any of your business anyway.
I let you live in my office for free. I don't think I have to pay you for anything. But yeah, one of my friendly rivals died in that incident.
Based on your social circle, you wouldn't be talking about the poor IPC sap who was unlucky enough to be there, huh? Planning to avenge him?
I mean, a bit.
Oh, so your next miracle will be executing the Herald of Death. Can't say I'm surprised.
Be careful. The murderer is the Herald of Death. He's dangerous.
Oh, thanks for your concern. Oh, be careful. Been a hot minute since anyone said that to me. Even so, it's my duty to solve the case. Doesn't matter if nobody pays me. I'll still find the killer and exact justice on the spot. fool I happen to be on fairly good terms with. Revenge killings or turf wars. Wouldn't be unusual for gang members to die like that, but dying at the hands of some psycho who kills for kicks? That I can't accept. No matter where you are in the cosmos, which era, regardless of how civilization evolves, some rules will just never change. Like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Hey, guess which lucky girl just managed to snag the last copy in the whole store? Oh, who's this?
Well, congratulations, good for you. This is my detective friend.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ashvale, the famous detective. You could say your friend and I are acquainted through past clashes.
He stalked me through the tavern and he tried to arrest me. I don't know this guy.
We did have a bit of a clash of opinions back at the tavern, did we not?
That's what you meant by clash? Fair enough.
First time I've ever heard anyone introduce themselves as a famous detective. Mr. Ashvale, why are you staring at me? Is there something weird on my face?
Young lady, you're holding a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue, right? Would you mind giving it to me?
You're not gonna steal it, are you?
Well, give it to you! This was the last copy in the store, you know.
Oh, I see. Of course. I'm not asking you to give it away for free. I'll pay for it. The retail price is 300 credits. I can pay you 10 times sticker price. 3,000 credits. What do you say?
He's like, I can give you 3,000 credits. I'm gonna have to not eat for a week, but I can do it.
Hey, mister, this isn't about the money.
Because it was the last one on the shelves. True. The last item in stock is like the final slice of cake on the plate. The last prey animal on the plains never fails to stir our urge to seize it before anyone else. So, 30,000 credits. How about that? That's my final offer. I'm not exactly rolling in money here.
Why are you fighting over this? March is not going to appreciate being called a kid, but...
Truth is, I'm actually buying it for that foolish friend of mine. The one who died. Today is his farewell ceremony. I thought I'd buy him his favorite comic to pay my respects. He'd always be rambling on about some raccoon with a baseball bat, and how the journey of the Express would never end, that kind of stuff. I heard those stories so many times, it felt like my ears were gonna fall off.
How about, instead of stealing March's comic, you just bring me, the actual baseball raccoon, to his farewell ceremony, and you can introduce him to me.
But, after all that fuss, I completely missed the chance to buy it. Every store around here is sold out.
Oh, that's enough. My poor little heart can't handle sob stories like that. Here, Mr. Ashvale, take the comic.
Oh, thank you very much for the comic, young lady. Here's the 30,000 credits. Ooh, as promised.
Yeah, Ashvale's literally not gonna eat for like a month.
I heard you're the real-life inspirations for the characters. Since you're here, could I perhaps trouble you to sign it?
Unbelievable.
I mean, he did give you 30,000 credits.
Thank you both. If Kostad could see this from where he is now, I'm sure he'd be smiling down on us. As a token of my gratitude, I'd like to give you a friendly word of caution, little girl. I know you plan to target the Herald of Death and cement your heroic image. However, all eyes will be on you during the Phantom Moon Games. On such a public stage, discretion would be wise. Because when the masses see your magnificent miracles and wield your extraordinary power, fear and jealousy could turn their wish power into wish you ill power at the drop of a hat. Forgive the expression, but you get what I mean. So, whatever plans you might have for this Herald of Death, why not leave the whole messy affair of revenge to someone who couldn't care less about winning or losing? Like me.
Well, you are technically a supplicant too, though.
Just like this comic, I'm dead set on getting him.
Is he an acquaintance of yours?
He's just some weird detective who was passing by.
It's nearly time for Pearluxe Corp to pick us up. We should get going.
Well, we're here. So where are they? I don't see anyone in IPC uniform.
I mean, we're going to Pearluxe Corp, not an IPC building.
Maybe they got stuck in traffic on their way over.
Greetings, crew of the Astral Express. It is my honor to escort you on your visit to headquarters.
Mechatron?
I am guard number 100086, created by Pearluxe Corp, a security specialist from the business division. My designated human name is Faerun, said to derive from an ancient language meaning iron. It's a pleasure to be of service.
Ah yes, the ancient language of the periodic table, if E for iron.
Please, do not concern yourselves with such things. My sole duty today is to ensure everyone reaches Pearluxe headquarters safely and happily.
So, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
According to the instructions given to me by Madame Pearl's secretary, there is still one more guest I need to pick up.
Well, now, how did I not see this coming? Looks like we're going the same way after all.
Now, I hope that Questline's wake is actually after your meeting, because otherwise you did just use Questline to lie to a girl.
It's you again!
Hey, Mechatron, what's the plan? Do we hop into your cockpit, or are you gonna give us all a piggyback while you fly over?
Your ride is ready. Please, take your seats, everyone.
Where? Oh my.
Whoa! Now that's what I call a custom paint job.
Yeah, for real.
Your ride isn't your run-of-the-mill business car, but a customized, made-to-order vehicle, used especially for receiving guests.
Sorry, this might come across as a bit insensitive, but I have to ask. Can Faerun actually fit in the driver's seat?
Of course not. I'll be driving and monitoring this vehicle remotely. Please, take your seats.
No, this is a remote control car.
Now that is astonishing.
Yeah, well, it's like, you kids have fun in your meeting with Pearl. I'm gonna be right here.
Wow, Wow, that's one massive robot!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the headquarters of the Pearluxe Corp.
Back when Himeko said this was an entertainment company, I knew their headquarters wouldn't be some ordinary old office building. But this is way too much. That giant robot statue? This place is totally like some supersized mega hangar!
Ha ha! You're absolutely right. In accordance with the vision of our founder, our lobby was intentionally constructed as you see it now. To realize dreams that far exceed what consumers imagine has always been Pearluxe Corp's core design philosophy, and we have never strayed from it. If any of you are familiar with our company's works, you may recognize this as...
Who gave you the IP licensing rights for, the Firefly Knights?
Megatron Warrior series at Daybreak Squadron's base of operations.
Alright, well, calm down.
Looks like Mr. Yang here is quite a fan of our company's animated works. Now, Madame Pearl would like to invite everyone from the Astral Express to take a tour before your official meeting begins. She has arranged for a member of our staff to accompany you, so please wait here a moment.
I understand, Mr. Faerun. Thank you for escorting us all this way.
Well then, I'll take my leave. This way, Detective.
Yeah, the detective is having his own private meeting first, so you guys can have a tour while we wait.
Oh. See you around, everyone.
Oh, really? Pearl wants us to look around here before the meeting? That seems kinda weird.
Could it be related to her proposed collaboration? Perhaps this is her way of introducing her other identity.
It's all good as long as we get a chance to look around. That works for me. Why don't we explore while we wait for our new guide? Mr. Yang! Over here, quick, come on!
Looks like March's inner explorer has been awakened again. Let's not wander too far this time, shall we?
That huge, awesome robot.
Mr. Yang, isn't this your favorite giant robot?
Engine of creation.
There's no way that's an engine of creation!
I saw it. Please, just keep it down. We're here as their guests. We should be careful about what sort of impression we leave.
Well, it's like, don't embarrass me in the home of the mech.
Looking more closely, it appears many of this Mechatron's components were never installed. Oh, what a shame. I was hoping to see it finished, to see the completed Mechatron. Imagine how it would look in motion. What a glorious sight that would be.
Really? In that case, Mr. Yang, let's hear it. Which one's stronger? This giant robot, or that Arahato you designed back when you were an animator?
Seeing as we're on someone else's property, comparing robots from different works would be most disrespectful to the creators themselves.
Yeah, that means you think it's your one.
Yeah, like how Cosmicon Collective players are always obsessed with power scaling all the characters.
Arahato is an animation all about robots, while Daybreak Squadron is a live-action hero drama. The two really cannot be compared.
Oh, what a stereotypically textbook mature answer.
My days of being a hot-headed young man are well behind me, so please, cut this mature old man some slack, would you? We don't usually come to a place this cool. So why don't the three of us take a photo under this massive Mechatron?
80-year-old man, by the way.
Now we're talking. Let me set the self-timer so we can all get in the shot together.
Oh, standing below a huge Mechatron like this is just incredible.
Looks like Mr. Yang's still young at heart after all.
Dialogues.
Where did this extra person in the photo come from?
How dare you photobomb us, Dialogues? That's cheeky.
Ghost? But it's daytime, and there's way too many people here anyway.
Absolutely ghastly.
Who are you?
Yeah, this is the woman who's been profiting off of our life story.
Wow, this truly is a magnificent face. Oh, it's nothing like how it looks on the news. Being able to see it up close feels almost surreal.
Personal space, please.
Am I too close? Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm not great with personal space.
Any closer and I'm calling the police. Yeah, listen, don't jump scare me if you don't want to get hurt.
You're probably gonna be disappointed then, because I'm totally broke. Oh, right, I forgot to show you my ID. Right, here we are. I'm Nihilux, and I work at Pearluxe Corp's Imagenesis Technology Department. I'm a P-30 agent who works for the IPC.
So, what brings you here?
Madam Pearl sent me to the lobby to pick you up. All of you are famous super cosmic level heroes whose faces have been all over the news more times than I can count. So of course I recognized you right away and just couldn't help rushing over here to snap a selfie with you. Hope you don't mind.
I see. Well then, hello, Miss Nihilux.
But we do have to take a new photo with the robot now.
Hello everyone! Starting now, I'll be your tour guide, taking you on a comprehensive and in-depth tour to every single must-visit place in this building. From the Mechatron Imagenesis that managed to pique Mr. Yang's interest, to Miss March's favorite fluffy across the blue merchandise, I'll reveal all the secrets behind our hottest products.
Oh, seriously? I can't wait!
Of course I'm being serious. If there's anything you want to see, learn about, or even get your hands on along the way, anything at all, just let me know. Why don't we head to the gift shop first? I'll get you all some souvenirs. Mr. Yang, you seem reluctant to part with the Mechatron. Want to take a few more pictures with it?
I mean, you did ruin the first one.
I'm just curious. When will this giant robot be completed?
Here's a little spoiler. That's actually part of today's tour. We'd like to invite the heroes of the Astral Express to help complete this Mechatron statue.
Will it be able to move like the other Mechatrons in Planarcadia once it's done?
That's... oh, I'm afraid it'll be a bit tricky. You're probably all aware that Mechatrons are imaginae driven by wish power, which means they don't actually have any complex machinery inside them. You know how humans tend to unconsciously imagine inanimate objects as living things that can think and move? It's this empathetic projection that grants wish power to Mechatrons. No, to all imaginae, giving them life. Think away. But one person's thoughts alone won't cut it. The bigger the imaginae, the more wish power needed to sustain it. We'd need to break free from the mental shackles of impossibility to bring such a massive imaginae to life. That in turn requires stories filled with the grandest of wishes and imaginations that know no bounds. Alas, modern humans think way too practically. People can't help but wonder, how does such a huge Mechatron even move? Given how massive it is, why doesn't it just collapse under its own weight?
Structural integrity.
The tiniest seed of doubt in the giant Mechatron, standing tall astride the Earth, becomes nothing but an impossibility. Maybe it'd have a better chance of coming to life in a more primitive society.
Oh, truly a pity.
Or we could just build it as a regular mech and have someone inside of it piloting it.
Oh, cheer up! Today's your chance to finish building this massive Mechatron! Think of how many robot enthusiasts would kill for this kind of opportunity. There's a saying that goes, dreams of wealth, the heart of a hero, and countless efforts all lead to Pearluxe Corp. Whether you're a kid or an adult, everyone has their own sweet dreams. Becoming a hero who saves the world from evil forces. Merging with a giant Mechatron to unleash awesome ultimate moves. Yeah! Pearluxe Corp sells these dreams and makes a killing off of them. If I could have everyone's attention, you can buy models of Pearluxe Corp's Mechatrons in this area. Among them is the best-selling Daybreak Squadron series.
Wow, look at this. It's so intricate. No wonder Mr. Yang's got Mechatrons on the brain.
I very much envy the kids here in Planarcadia. Back in my day, robot toys were still quite the luxury.
Seeing all your eyes light up like that reminded me that I too was once young. Back then, there was a stretch when I was so broke that I'd spend ages debating whether to buy a carton of milk from the convenience store. I kept telling myself that I had to work hard so I could get rich someday.
So, did you manage to get rich?
After years of hard work and hustling, at the very least, I'm no longer young.
That's a no on the did she get rich.
Oh, aren't you the sweetest? But I do have my secret to staying young.
Don't say it like that.
That is, lying about your actual age. Keep that in mind, just in case. Now, back to the grind. I wouldn't call it striking it rich, but I'm pretty close to making a sweet little profit.
Oh, don't keep us in suspense, Miss Nihilux. Just spill the beans. Pretty please.
I mean, technically you should have had to sign a deal with Pearluxe for the animation, right? So you should be getting money from that.
You might not believe this, but I have some friends who've been trying to create a decentralized digital currency to fight against the IPC's credit system.
Please don't tell me it's Bitcoin.
Are these people from Punk Lord?
That's right. These people are from the Nomadic Miners faction. They've discovered a way to hijack Noose's computing power for mining, and are digging up a limited supply of learned coins. And I have gone all in with everything I got on this project.
Nihilux, don't put all your money in Bitcoin. Don't do it.
I feel like this is a very risky way of doing things.
Life's full of ups and downs, right? The higher the risk, the bigger the reward.
Hey, wait. This isn't right. Isn't this Pom-Pom?
Oh, wow! Oh, that's some really fine craftsmanship.
This is a toy model of Alloy King Pom-Pom, which hasn't been officially released to the market yet. But just you wait. You'll see even cooler toys coming up later.
But did Pom-Pom okay this?
Are you sure there's no copyright issue with this thing?
Actually, this is Pom-Pom from Fluffy Across the Blue, which is totally unrelated to the Pom-Pom from Astral Express.
Oh sure, trying to cover your ass. Considering that Fluffy Across the Blue is based on us, it's still our IP.
King Pom-Pom and Pom-Pom are different characters. You really shouldn't be making cross-franchise comparisons. Speaking of souvenirs for the Express, I bet nothing could be more perfect than this toy. I have a small favor to ask. Would you mind taking a photo with me by that headless Mechatron statue over there? And maybe signing the photo too. I'd love to leave it as a memento for the staff at Pearluxe Corp. How's that sound?
Sure, for the staff and not for yourself, right?
If you're willing, I can pull a few strings and use my access privileges to give you all the gold-plated prototype of the yet-to-be-released King Pom-Pom Alloy Armor 999, the only one in the entire universe. Just give it a thought.
That's absolutely not real.
It's nothing, really. When heroes from the Astral Express grace our humble establishment, how could we not offer something special? It would be unworthy of your status otherwise.
It's all up to you.
Come on, let's go.
Man and Mechatron in perfect harmony. Ready to take a photo?
I'm ready.
I mean, sure.
I love this one so much. I suddenly have this selfish urge to keep it all to myself.
And don't forget about that exclusive gift you promised.
You bet. In fact, I'll throw in a normal edition for each one of you as hush money. Come on, let's head to checkout.
How are you doing? It's my pleasure to serve you.
I'd like to present each of our 3 distinguished guests from the Astral Express with an Alloy King Pom-Pom toy model as a gift.
Sure, you got it. For the gift expense record, could you please provide your employee ID?
Please charge these expenses to this employee ID.
This is Madame Pearl's ID number.
Do you even have an ID card? Nihilux, are you real? Do you even work here?
After all, you are esteemed guests invited by Madame Pearl herself. It would only be fitting for the gifts to be presented in her name.
I see. Please wait a moment. Your Alloy King Pom-Pom is all packed up. Would you like to take it with you, or shall we use our delivery service?
I feel like you should have done some checks there, you know, called Pearl's secretary to make sure that this was fine and not fraud.
Since we still have the tour to go through, please just have it delivered to the Astral Express.
No problem. Hope you enjoy your visit here.
Now that the gifts are done, I'll take you to the Mechatron Design Lab.
This is the part I've been looking forward to the most.
You're the...
Baseball raccoon!
No way! You're Miss Raccoon! No, that's not right. You're from the Astral Express. Wow! And is Miss March Bunny herself here too?
Hi. I actually prefer to be called by my real name, March 7th. This is Mr. Yang.
How lucky to meet 3 members of the Express crew at once! I'm a huge fan of you all, especially my senior. I haven't missed a single episode of Fluffy Across the Blue. And I've even bought all the collector's editions.
What do you mean by my senior? Were we in class during Sparksy's 2-hour school hallucination?
How could this guy say he likes you more than me to my face? Good thing I'm not that petty.
Don't worry, March. It's hard to tell if people in this world love the real Express crew or just the cute animal crew from the Fluffy.
I don't just follow the Fluffy series. I've been keeping tabs on all your adventures in Bellabog, the Cienjo, Penacony, and Emphorius. Though, it's such a shame there's so little video footage of the Emphorian War online.
Yeah, funny that.
Oh, right. I just rewatched the scene where the Trailblazer embarked on another trailblazing expedition in Holy Grail Stay Night. Oh, your speech was so inspiring.
Oh, why, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, right. I have a precious trash can in my collection at home. If I'd have known I'd meet my senior today, I'd have brought that can with me.
I'd have got you to sign it for me.
Could I ask for your autograph? If that's okay with you. Just sign my clothes, please. I'm never gonna watch this ever again.
Oh, you're acting exactly like me from 10 minutes ago, kid. Don't worry, she won't fly away just yet. As for you, you've been chattering away nonstop. How about giving us a proper introduction so that your idol gets to know you better?
Sorry, I got way too excited. I'm Warrior Cinderborn from Daybreak Squadron. And my real name... Well, my real name doesn't matter. Just call me Cinderborn.
Okay, so you're an actor. How does that make me your senior? Is that just because I was in, the Holy Grail War, which was produced as a movie? And did that come out before you got your job? So you're like, you're my senior in the acting business. Like, what?
If you're not in a hurry, would you mind chatting with me for a bit?
Daybreak Squadron is the most popular superhero drama in Full Wish TV's Mechatron Warrior series, following the story of young heroes fighting alongside Mechatrons against the Shadow Slither to save Planarcadia.
I'm so sorry, Welt. I guess I should have just asked you instead.
I never expected Mr. Yang to be so familiar with our story's background.
After all, I'm a loyal fan of your show.
Yeah, you're a fan of the baseball raccoon, and I'm a fan of you.
I'm truly honored. I'm just a small-time actor playing a hero on TV. And like my senior's deeds inspired me, Daybreak Squadron has also motivated people to fight against all challenges in real life. Recently, Full Wish TV got approval from the Department of Aberration Defense. So now, the magical Mechatron Daybreak Warriors from the show can operate in reality. My friends and I are just honored to fight alongside the real Bullet Worm.
Sorry. I didn't quite understand that. So, are you still an actor or not?
How should I put this? My teammates and I are both actors and real masked heroes. Whenever disaster strikes the city or evil threatens citizens, we show up alongside Mechatron warriors to protect everyone.
Well, good luck with that.
I'm here today to test a Mechatron's performance and do some advertising shoots while I'm at it.
Full Wish TV and Pearluxe Corp have always been partners. Even the squad's transformation Mechatron is imaginated by Pearluxe Corp. The more popular Daybreak Squadron's drama becomes, the more wish power flows into the Mechatrons, making the squad shine even brighter in reality. And the more active they are, the better Pearluxe Corp's model kits sell. It's a perfect, virtuous cycle.
Oh, sorry for taking up your precious time with all this chit-chat. If the crew hasn't visited the combat testing area yet, I'd like to volunteer myself as my senior's opponent for the test. If that's all right with you.
I mean, sure.
The hero of the Astral Express gracing us with guidance and leaving some data would surely make the staff here very happy.
Oh, what perfect timing! The combat testing area is also part of today's tour.
That's the way to fame for ya. Don't let down those kids who look up to you.
Honestly, that's my weakness. I can't allow myself to let adorable kids down.
Since when?
First, have everyone take part in the assembly process for the Mechatron in the control room. Then, using this Mechatron as a template, we'll build a smaller unit for her so she can try out the combat test program. So, follow me, everyone. This is Pearluxe Corp's Mechatron Imagenesis Design Lab. 15 years ago, the first Mechatrons of Planarcadia were born here, and they immediately gained widespread social influence upon their debut. Today, Mechatrons have become the most common and iconic symbol throughout the streets. You could say that Mechatrons are the first and currently only Imagine that can be mass-produced on assembly lines. Imagine such as Mechatrons, which can be produced and discontinued at will, are the perfect residents for Planarcadia, and perhaps the perfect IPC employees too.
That's a really messed up thing to say. Like, we can discontinue them whenever we want, so if we, if we need to cull the herd a bit, just shut them down.
In some people's eyes, being able to create an infinite army of Mechatrons would be even better. Say, dear guests, do you know what the first step is to creating an Imagine in Planarcadia?
Submitting your application? Legally speaking, sure.
As expected of the Nameless, you're quite knowledgeable about the customs and culture of the world you've set foot in. Drawing the physical form means humans using brushes to give shape to fictional beings, which was originally the domain of professional artists. But here, collective creation and standardized Mechatron blueprints have replaced traditional artwork, improving standardized workflow efficiency and reducing wish power resource waste. In short, this is the industrial revolution everyone's been chasing.
Or, so says Pearluxe Corp.
Oh, to think that even Imagenesis, a skill as magical as this, could be industrialized. I'm suddenly starting to admire the IPC.
That's nothing. Our company aims to create 2 billion Mechatrons for social production and public services before Arcadian calendar 2030. And that includes special combat Mechatrons like the Daybreak Squadron.
That's a lot. I know that's 30 years, but that's a lot.
That's a staggering number. But can the wish power of the people here really sustain so many Imagine?
That's why Pearluxe Corp keeps churning out animations and hero shows one after another. In other places, these are just entertainment. But here, they're legit breeding grounds for spiritual energy. All of this shall serve Madame Pearl's grand goals and ideals.
And by that we mean her ideal of absolutely taking over every single aspect of Planarcadia.
All right, back to square one. First step, let's go print the Mechatron structure blueprint.
Please adjust the Mechatron design parameters according to your needs.
Pretend to do it.
Mechatron assembly blueprint updated. Processing. Printing.
Could it be that no matter how much I adjust it, the final printout always comes out exactly the same?
Your suspicion makes sense. But please answer my question first. Which do you prefer? The sense of achievement that comes from hard work, or the convenience of getting things done easily?
I mean, that's very situational, but in the case of trying to design a robot, I put effort into that design and I want it to look like, you know, function the way I wanted it to. I want both of them.
You got that right. The fully automated Imagenesis blueprint design system perfectly matches your needs. You can meticulously adjust every parameter, or just hit one button to skip it all, and the automated system will always produce results that meet the standards. Amazing, right? Just like how the inventors on planet Scroolum used to ask themselves, if all their inventions were already pre-recorded in the Supreme Punch Tape, what's the point of inventing in the first place?
Printing complete. Please retrieve your blueprint.
What you just said is the answer. It's not about the results of creation, but the elation we experience in the process.
Oh, hello. But please, show me your Mechatron assembly blueprint. No problem. The blueprint has been recorded. The Mechatron parts are ready to go. Hope you enjoy the experience.
No. March and I will just watch you play from the side.
Oh, come on. Well, I know you want to.
Now then, please follow my guidance to complete the Mechatron assembly. This experience mainly involves assembling 3 parts: the arm, the shoulder armor, and the Daybreak blade on the back of the Mechatron. Go for it, little raccoon! Assemble the Magico Mechatron Daybreak warriors and save our city!
All right, everyone, I'm heading out.
The first step of assembly is to remove each part from the frame, one by one. Nippers, hobby knife, sandpaper, sanding stick. Pearluxe doesn't provide any of these. But don't worry, the explosive device will solve all your problems. Just step on it, bravely.
Don't worry about it, just go.
It may look brutal, but it leaves no burrs. And that's the magic that we at Pearluxe Corp are so proud of. Next, please activate the mechanical maintenance arm and align it with the shoulder joint base to connect the arm. Good. We're done with the arm for now. Next, activate the mobile maintenance rack and adjust the mech armor to the shoulder armor panel position. Activate the thruster and push the shoulder armor towards the unit interface. beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This giant Mechatron is truly the soul of Pearluxe Corp. Aim at the mounting point on the back, and fire! Awaken! Daybreak Blade! Mission accomplished! The colossal Mechatron you built with your own hands will now stand proudly in the center of this hall. The great hero of the Astral Express has graced this place, left behind a blueprint, and even contributed their own inspiration to the completion of the Mechatron statue. What outstanding promotional material this is for the marketing department. A new hero is born right here. Step forth, Miss Little Raccoon, and become the guardian of Planarcadia.
Powerful wish power supply entity detected. Initiating link. Mechatron synchronization rate 15%.
It's alive! Alive! 15% alive.
Assembly complete. Could the next step be?
That's right. With the completion of the Mechatron assembly, it's time for some heart-pounding combat.
Mechatron synchronization rate 39%. 42%.
Your little fanboy, Cinderborn, is eagerly awaiting some pointers from you.
I mean, yeah, he is my little fanboy, but listen.
While we can't power up this big guy, I've printed a small unit. Now it's time to show you how a Mechatron fights.
I merged with the Mechatron? Where am I now?
Also, you said I couldn't power up this big guy, but he's pretty powered up.
Why, of course. It's the combat testing sandbox. Look, those dazzling colors are like an express train traversing through the stars. Enhanced full body armor. A steadfast shield for the people! Roar! Let your blazing soul ignite!
Sure. Throw down with the dragon. Damn. Rip
What a
dinosaur.
powerful strike! That's our hero, Little Raccoon! This strike carries the hopes of all citizens! Our hero got blocked by an illegal building! City, what are you doing? No choice left. Smash it to pieces, hero! Just focus on dealing with the city's crisis and let Madame Pearl worry about the compensation.
Yeah, don't worry about wrecking the city. Just leave that to Pearl. It was in the way anyway. It was the building's fault.
Could it be the one and only Trailblazer of the Astral Express walking towards us?
What's up with that crazy get-up? Listen, in character, we're on set.
Galactic Baseballer! We've been expecting you.
Although the giant shadow crisis in Duomension City has been dispelled, the real battle for you and the Daybreak Squadron is only just beginning! As the old and new generations of superheroes, you will face off here to determine the victor!
Forged by raging fire, burn away the darkness, the star that set the world ablaze! Blaze Weaver! Slice through the skies, flames of lightning! From the blue heavens descend, Azurling! Ka!
So, like, they're totally secretly filming this, and they're gonna release it as a bonus special in one of the DVDs.
Shatter the eternal night, light blazing bright, the radiant bow of hope, Dawn Lance!
Cut through despair, unyielding blade of steel, edge that never fades, Cinderborn! You can do it, friend!
Darkness reigns, and dawn awakens! The Daybreak Squadron arises!
Where are we in the story right now? Oh, which plotline is this?
This is an official challenge from the Daybreak Squadron, great hero of the Astral Express. If we defeat you, we hope you'll accept our invitation to become the honorary Phantom 5th member of the Daybreak Squadron and help us safeguard the peace of Planarcadia.
It is a little weird to see a Power Rangers group with just 4 people. 5 feels so important. Yeah, he's already gray. What color do I get?
Pink, green, you've got tons of colors. You can set any RGB value you want.
Hey Greg, didn't you have something to tell your hero? Now's your perfect chance!
My friend, you know what? Every time I transform into a Mechatron, I imagine I'm you. I think about what you would do when facing danger. It is your adventure stories that give me strength. So I'll give it my all from now on. Please don't hold back.
Oh, I'm not good at holding back. Don't worry about it.
Now then.
Let's settle this on the horizon, where the Vengeance Moon rises!
Let the two of us see what you're made of.
Come on! One and only Trailblazer!
It's your turn! Not where are you hiding?
This is a 2v1 though.
Beat! I shall bring judgment!
My turn to shine!
Leave it to me! As expected of the Astral Express hero. So powerful!
Boss, Gray, I'll leave the rest to you.
The honor is mine to cross blades with you.
As heroes, we'll never back down! Take that! Come on! Face your struggle!
Teach me your ways!
You guys hit pretty hard.
Never surrender! Underestimate me!
This strike contains all my respect! Bring it on!
What? Even the invincible little raccoon is reaching her limit? Listen, those are the people's wishes. Power converging as one. That is limitless possibility!
That is your ultimate.
I've received them all!
Gotta get that charge.
Trailblaze, infinity!
Apologies!
You really got into character. That was some great acting.
Huh? Were we just fighting in a film studio?
I mean, yes, where did you think we were?
Don't tell me you actually thought you were fighting them in a real city. That ain't gonna happen. Madame Pearl's insurance fund would collapse.
Yeah, she could afford to replace the sit stage, but if this was a real city block, man.
It doesn't matter if it was a real fight or a fake one. What matters is your experience. Did you have fun? The user gave us a 5-star review. Thank you for your kind feedback. Your satisfaction and approval are our greatest motivators. Looks like the Daybreak Squadron is waiting for you. You gave them quite a combat lesson, it appears. Why don't you go share a few words with those youngsters?
As expected of my senior, that was awesome! My life is now complete.
I could die happy now.
Before joining Daybreak Squadron, Gray had always been your fan.
That kid knows every story about the Astral Express like the back of his hand, and he's always looked up to you as his role model. Even as his leader, I'm nowhere near as important to him as you are.
Listen, no shade to you, he just knew me first.
Huh, what an amazing battle! Well, more than beating you, we were hoping Gray would leave a lasting impression on you. After all, being remembered by their idol is the highest form of praise for a fan, isn't it?
I'm already satisfied, just knowing that the name Cinderborn will remain in my senior's memory.
It's a shame, though. If she really could become the 5th member of our team, our recognition would rise even further. After all, many people still think we're just playing hero.
I mean, you kind of are, they're not wrong. Like, just cause the Department of Aberration Defense was like, yeah, I guess you guys could go fight crime RIL. Like, that doesn't make it different. Like, you're still TV stunt actors.
That's only because we haven't done anything truly heroic yet.
But don't go getting crazy ideas, okay? Crime is dangerous.
Don't worry. Given the state of Duomension City, a mind-blowing crisis is bound to happen sooner or later, and that's when we'll get our chance to shine! Ha ha!
Don't you guys go anywhere near the Herald of Death, okay?
Yeah, just yesterday, I rescued 5 people from a gas explosion. Hope they recover soon, and spread the word about how awesome Daybreak Squadron is!
There you go again, casually saying the strangest things.
A real hero doesn't do heroics for recognition.
Like the Astral Express. We don't need to act to prove something so long as we stay true to our own path. Sooner or later, Daybreak Squadron will be recognized by everyone.
Yeah, see, in that sense, the Astral Express is a pretty good role model. Because we don't go out looking for fame, we're just living our lives, doing stuff, and happen to help people.
Silly you! Is the Astral Express all you ever think about? Why don't you just go join the Express as one of the Nameless?
Come on. Don't make fun of me. I'm still just a rookie. How could I possibly be worthy of boarding the Express and fighting alongside seasoned veterans?
Everybody starts somewhere.
Anyone who perseveres in their own life is a hero indeed.
Thanks for your guidance, Trailblazer. And lastly, I wonder if you could take a picture with the rest of us.
Trailblazer, please, take a photo together with us!
Whoa! My senior's so close to me that my heart's beating like crazy.
What about when you asked me to sign your clothes? I would have got pretty close then if I actually did it.
3, 2, 1.
Darkness wanes and dawn awakens! The Daybreak Squadron arises!
Time's about up. We should meet with Madame Pearl now. Oh, right. Want to say goodbye to your big fan before we go?
Blue, yellow, you guys were amazing back there! If we record this for promo material, we'll definitely get a ton of new followers! If only we could have beaten the Nameless! We were actually so close during that Megatron fight!
What are you talking about? There's no way we could have beaten the Trailblazer!
Low-key is probably Cinderborn's fault that I actually won, because his belief in me, in my unbeatable nature, would have fueled, like, my ultimate.
Well, it's not entirely impossible, I'd say. Ever since I converted, I feel like both my mind and body have become so much lighter. Gray, you really should join us and do the same.
What do you mean by converted? Converted to what? Converted how?
Haha, Gray. Being a masked hero means facing all kinds of dangers. You definitely feel pretty bad if you couldn't contribute your strength to the team when we needed you the most. Looks like your idol's here to see you. We'll wait for you backstage.
You guys had better not be trying to peer pressure my guy into doing something weird.
Senior? Me? I'm fine. Totally fine. It was no surprise that you took us down without breaking a sweat. It's me. I'm just too weak. I'm always hesitant, whether in combat or dealing with life. Even though I know I can never become an amazing hero like you, I've always been trying my best to get closer to being like you.
There's nothing wrong with having a role model.
It's a bit embarrassing to admit, but no one ever taught me the principles of how to live and behave growing up. I dropped out of high school pretty early and started hanging out with street gangs. Every time I threw a punch to intimidate someone, I thought I was being a hero. But when I saw how scared those people were, I had this nagging feeling that maybe I was doing something wrong. Later, when I read about the Astral Express story online and learned about your legendary deeds, I finally understood what it meant to be a true hero. Looking back at how immature and awful I was, I made up my mind to leave my old organization. Now I too have a chance to become a hero like you. Together with my brothers and sisters in the Daybreak Squadron, I can bring happy smiles to the residents of Planarcadia and protect them whenever danger appears. But I'm just too weak. I don't have the immense strength like the Express Nameless. I don't even have any special talents. maybe I've chosen a path that doesn't really work for me.
Yeah, you got a good heart. You're trying your best.
I don't want to give you empty platitudes about humans triumphing over fate. But I do believe that while kindness isn't something you can learn, strength is something you can acquire. Your desire to fight for those around you, and your wish to bring smiles to others, that's your greatest strength.
Thank you, Trailblazer. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Could you please sign that famous line?
Which one? Rules are made to be broken?
That's the one! That's exactly it!
Rules are boundaries. And anyone who pushes beyond those boundaries becomes, in a sense, one of the nameless.
I'll remember today for the rest of my life. Goodbye, Trailblazer. I hope by the next time we meet, I'll be a true hero just like you.
Okay, but be safe about it, okay? I don't need more people dying.
Well, that about wraps up today's tour. After seeing everything, what do you think? You're only realizing that now. That's your greatest advantage in joining the Phantasm Moon Games. A story that's already spread far and wide. Indeed, rather than the power to rule this world directly, that individual draws even greater strength from Pearluxe. The stories and dreams spun by this enterprise are capable of steering the future of Planarcadia and of serving as the cradle for new imaginae. Madame Pearl is waiting for you at the top of this building to discuss matters regarding the Phantasm Moon Games. Let me give you a little reminder. The rules of Phantasm Moon Games have never required any competition between supplicants.
I know there's no rule saying we have to fight, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with whatever she says.
As an IPC employee, I've said far too much. Your friends are waiting for you in the hall. You should go meet up with them. Don't keep them waiting too long.
Mr. Yang and I watched the whole thing on the screen.
Was it super awesome?
Not only did you assemble the Mechatron and give autographs to your fan, but you also got to live out your superhero fantasy. Did you have fun? Mr. Yang's looking at you with such loving eyes, like a parent watching a kid riding on a carousel at an amusement park.
He's happy that I'm having fun with his favorite mix, but also I think he's a little sad that it couldn't be him.
Indeed. Seeing her so happy reminds me of my younger self. Those were the days.
What are you talking about? Mr. Yang, you're still as young as ever. Oh, right. We've been wandering around here for ages and seen everything there is to see. What's this Madame Pearl really up to?
I told you she's having a meeting with Ashvale first.
I understand everything she wanted to show us. There are just a few questions I'd like to confirm with Miss Nyalux.
Miss Nyalux? Wait, where did she go?
Ah, there you all are. We've been looking everywhere for you. The Secretary's office sent Agent Feld here to keep you company while you wait, but he said he couldn't find any of you.
I knew it was sus. I knew it. It's just Sparkle all over again.
Wait, if Mr. Feld is the one who's supposed to meet us, then who is Miss Nyalux?
Miss Nyalux? Who?
Agent Nyalux. an IPC ranking P30 who works at Pearluxe Corp's Imagenesis Technology Department.
P30? Imagenesis Technology Department? Since when did Pearluxe Corp have an Imagenesis Technology Department?
Could she be some kind of corporate spy who snuck into the building? Oh, this is a real mess. What are those security guards even doing? Distinguished guests, are you hurt? Or did she trick you into giving her money or anything like that?
No, we didn't give her money. I can't believe she lied to me. My feelings are hurt. She could sell that photo, but she definitely wants it for herself.
Why didn't you say so earlier? This lady seemed totally legit. She smoothly guided us around the place like a pro. I thought she was one of your people.
I need to report this to security right away. She can't have gone far. Let's catch her in the act.
Thank you for your help. Astral Express crew, Madame Pearl has been waiting for quite some time. If it's convenient, shall we head out now? I'll show you the way. Please inform Madame Pearl that the 3 guests from the Express will arrive shortly.
Pearl demonstrated the full process of creating a Mechatron army, based on what I saw.
Hello, guests from the Astral Express. Nice to see you again.
I feel like that was unnecessarily showy.
Thank you for your gracious hospitality, Madame Pearl.
I understand there was a minor incident in the lower lobby involving someone impersonating a Pearluxe employee. I hope it didn't spoil your enjoyment.
She probably said a lot of things you would prefer she didn't, but it was fine.
We're fine. Don't worry about us. But how are things with you? Did you lose any valuable tech? Blueprints? Or top secret information?
No, Pearluxe's data firewall remains untouched, and all assets under security network surveillance are intact. The only change is an additional expense claim under my employee ID. Never mind. I can make a preliminary assessment that this was the result of someone's momentary impulse. Lately, mishaps have been piling up, like dark clouds before a downpour, casting shadows of uncertainty over my plans.
Could you be referring to the Herald of Death?
33 citizens were found dead in the Dovebrook district. In addition, an IPC specialist assigned to negotiate the purchase of a Mask of Elation died in an unexpected incident. This party has made overt threats to public order and is clearly challenging the IPC. My intuition tells me this is only the beginning.
Why did you still send Scott there? Like, you knew already that they'd already handed their mask off to someone else and they didn't have it anymore. So why did you send him?
Managing capital and managing a corporation share one thing in common. That is, an aversion to risk and a pursuit of stability. And I bear both responsibilities. As the executive officer of Planarcadia, I bear an inescapable responsibility for the safety of this world. As one of the 10 Stonehearts, I hope to bring the Phantom Moon Games to a swift and safe conclusion. Rather than staging another dangerous battle, like what happened at Graphia Academy. I hope the supplicants can show the people of this world miracles of joy and happiness, instead of sorrow and rage during the Phantasmoon Games.
I'm not sure that Blade is cut out for that, okay? You can try and convince us all you want, but I don't know how much Blade remembers about joy and happiness.
Therefore, I'd like to hear the Express's request. Trailblazer, please, tell me. What's your ultimate goal for joining the Phantasmoon Games?
You mentioned earlier that you wanted to talk about the Phantasmoon Games with me?
I'd like to talk about our ultimate goal for participating in the Phantasmoon Games.
Huh. Got something in mind?
I think the rules and rewards for the Phantasmoon Games are a little too vague.
That's exactly what I thought when I joined the games 15 years ago. These games allow supplicants to do anything, good or evil. As a result, everything that unfolds in the course of these games exists beyond control. What's more vague is what can winners do when they share the power of the elation. According to legends and historical records from Ahatopia, victors typically first witness the manifestation of Aha themselves. They listen to the victor's wishes and grant them permission to use their power. And the applications of this power seem to be boundlessly vast. When faced with countless choices, the situation becomes even more thorny than having no choice at all. Sometimes I wonder, if we had agreed to become the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance, how would this trip have turned out?
Oh? That's our plan? That's an interesting direction to take. Like, we can't lead the charge, but if we can convince Aha to do it...
If I win, I'll give up sharing Aha's power and ask them to be the leader of the Anti-Destruction Alliance.
If everything gets destroyed, there is no elation.
That's such a hilarious idea. I can totally picture it. I get it. That's actually a brilliant idea. To begin with, this is far more meaningful than taking up a god's authority and squandering it freely for a single minute. Secondly, placing an Eon on the righteous cause of opposing the universe's greatest threat is something neither the IPC nor the god itself could reasonably object to. Finally, this would also help us avoid the risk we currently face, cooperating with the IPC while remaining wary of being drawn into its ambitions during the operation of the Anti-Destruction Alliance. If we handle the negotiations well, perhaps Aha could stand behind the Astral Express, just like our cooperation with the Xianzhou, where we could maintain distance from one another while offering support from afar.
If we were anyone else, I think this has like a 0% chance of working. But just because Aha seems really fond of Akavili, just all of the time, that would at least snag their interest.
The only question is, will Aha agree?
The simulated Aha loves me.
Don't worry about that. From what I know about them, they'll agree. What kind of god of games would they be if they broke their own rules? Besides, they still owe the Express a debt.
They owe us for blowing up the Express that one time. Listen, I'm not sure that Aha cares about balancing debts and repaying things, but you know, again, they do have a fondness for us.
This is their IOU for the express debt from when they were traveling with Akavili, complete with their signature and seal.
Well, listen, if they left an IOU, what do we even need the wish for? Just wave the IOU around and be like, hey, I'm calling in your debt. I have, on numerous occasions, misappropriated and vandalized public property. I'm sorry. To be settled at a future date, somewhere far, far, far away from now. Slippers. So you guys had a sword fight with these brooms, okay, I see. Listen, we knew Akavili was also kinda chaotic. Oh, not Pom Pom's outfit. Again, this is partially Akavili's fault. Several pillows. We had a really cool pillow fight. Man, I want to see this era of the Express when Akavili and Aha were just traveling and being weird and chaotic. Ten of them thrown at space pirates. And half of the Express.
Passenger, use this to blackmail them. That one will definitely give in to your demands.
Blackmailing them. Maybe. Probably. Hopefully.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, you're saying you want Aha to take on the leadership of the Anti-Destruction Alliance? Logical extrapolation. Failed. Success rate indeterminable. This peculiar proposal nearly brought my thought process to a halt.
This is such an insane idea, I literally can't process it.
This request is far too lacking in structure. Yet within an irrational context, it seems to conceal a certain kind of logic. If the universe is the master of Elation's playground, then they should do something about this playground that's about to be destroyed. As expected of the Trailblazer, your thinking is so... out of the box. I've learned something today. However, I don't think you stand much of a chance in the games, because I've joined as a supplicant.
Yeah, I already knew that. I saw all the masks in the courtyard.
Not a single rule in the Phantasmoon games requires supplicants to engage in combat, so there's no need for hostility between us.
Like, you say that, but I still don't think I want you to win.
Planarcadia's administrator is a supplicant?
At the same time, she has at her disposal assets of staggering magnitude. What, Pearluxe Corp among them.
Aww, with money and power on her side, wouldn't her chances of success be way higher than ours?
As I previously proposed to Miss Himiko, I'm willing to cooperate with the Astral Express to ensure the smooth progression of the Phantom Moon Games.
But the Astral Express isn't your only partner, is it?
You also got Ashvale, and whatever deal you may have attempted to broker with Silverwolf.
I have 2 other allies. However, you all are my most promising ones. Once the Astral Express joins, it will maximize the safety and success of this Ionic game. And I will do everything in my power to fulfill my partner's wishes within that limited minute.
As we told you before, our strategy is to become a sail, advance and retreat together. The Astral Express is not a lone supplicant, since we have our own allies in the games.
An ally like Sparksy? It's true that you defeated her and took her mask, but given her typical decision-making style, Sparksy isn't exactly what you'd call a reliable ally.
That is not the point.
Hypothesis. The Sinwish Syndicate's missing mask. I thought it fell into the Cienjo's hands. Don't tell me. Yao Guang gave it to you guys?
Even if Yao Guang still had it, who's to say she couldn't team up with us herself?
That's right. 3 against 3. We're tied at the moment.
With this new variable in play, I'll have to adjust my extrapolations. But the conclusion seems unchanged. After all, as the administrator of this world, I have the natural advantage in resources.
You have resources, but that means that anything you do is just something that is expected you could do. So it's not miraculous and it's not interesting.
An IPC senior executive, Planarcadia's administrator, a member of the 10 Stonehearts, joining the games personally. It certainly has an intimidating ring to it. But when you think about it, isn't this identity precisely the greatest burden Madame Pearl has to overcome?
She's right. Your identity is far too sensitive. You want to control these games and end it safely and quickly. But Planarcadia's citizens might not see it this way. All they see is the all-powerful IPC and an influential executive pulling all the strings. Your every action will be scrutinized twice over.
Yeah, people do not want the IPC to win.
A sharp observation, I must say. Quite impressive.
But I do not believe you yourself would overlook this. Madame Pearl, what is it that you seek to obtain from the Phantom Moon Games at any cost?
What I seek is a treasure lost to this world's history. I want to recreate Graphia's divine art of imagenesis.
Does that have something to do with painting?
Hard to believe, no? My birth originated from the theme assigned by the celestial differentiator of planet Scrulum, art. At first, I was nothing more than a machine that imitated human paintings. For an Intellitron, generating works of art is no great challenge. Day after day, I studied. Day after day, I exhausted every possibility. I could instantly analyze the proportional structure and pigment composition of any painting. I could precisely reproduce every pixel of Graphia's masterpieces. Yet I could not create as she did.
That's because you're thinking about art from a logistical perspective. You need to have heart and embed that into your art.
Graphia's ultimate creation was establishing the world in canvas at the end of the Phantom Moon Games. I want to understand her thoughts at that moment and touch the essence
of creation.
Is this your personal pursuit? Or the IPC's demands on this world?
Both. The IPC's point of view is far more pragmatic. The world in canvas is a dimension that can shield us from the Antimatter Legion's warfare, and they've always been eager to master this technology.
That's only true until the Antimatter Legion stops, mass deleting things on an atomic, scale. Because then, it doesn't matter if you're, just a flat piece of paper, they'll delete that too.
Unfortunately, it seems we can't convince each other to back out for now.
Then, I have another proposal. Why don't we shift our perspective and turn our attention to those two supplicants who haven't surfaced yet? These two individuals' objectives are unclear, and their abilities remain a mystery. If left unchecked, we might see a repeat of the Herald of Death tragedy. I have a cooperation proposal that could help us gather intelligence on them, and I'm willing to share this piece of information with you all. That is correct. But all you need to do is sacrifice a tiny sliver of your reputation. Before we move on to the details of our cooperation, would you like to take a short break and have some tea to wet your whistles? Or shall we continue? I was thinking of having Pearluxe Corp host an expo for the Astral Express. As for the name, how about Star Rail Fest?
Star Rail Fest? You mean hosting a Fluffy Across the Blue convention?
Correct, but not entirely. The Fluffy is well known in this world, so it's a good collaboration element. But what I want is an unprecedented Astral Express exhibition, with the Fluffy being just a small part of it. The real stars of this grand event will be you, the Express crew. You'll be there in person to meet the people of this world.
Are you trying to use this exhibition to lure those two unidentified supplicants out of hiding?
Huh? What if they're up to no good? Won't that just make us walking targets?
I mean, the bunny girl's just chilling in the courtyard, and the other one is presumably Blade, so, he's just out there doing whatever he wants.
What could be more inspiring to the people of a world than standing face to face with heroes of the cosmos?
You said it was going to cost me some of my reputation, not improve my reputation.
That's an enormous amount of wish power, and the Astral Express is the very source from which this wish power originates. Together, we can create a miracle for all to witness in Arcadia devoted to the legends of heroes. I'll also get Full Wish TV and other mainstream media outlets involved for promotional cooperation, and in return, wish power will flow to you. Of this, I have no doubt. A wise choice. Before the Star Rail Fest officially begins, I have one more favor to ask of you all. I'd like the Express crew to pay a visit to Blurry QR Colt, the original author of Fluffy Across the Blue.
I've been there, done that, already met her.
Doesn't Pearluxe own the rights to the Fluffy?
Since their debut, this author has remained anonymous, never revealing their true identity in public. But if the real-life inspiration behind the story were to pay them a personal visit, it would surely be a great honor, and likely persuade them to attend a signing, stoking the excitement even further. Now that we've reached an agreement, I'll leave it in your capable hands. My secretary will be in touch to keep all parties apprised. By the way, before you leave, please accept this small gift as a memento of our first collaboration.
not yours to give. That's Aventurine's.
I've studied in detail the records of my colleagues' interactions with partners in Penacony, and I was particularly inspired by Aventurine's technique of giving small gifts that symbolize good fortune.
I don't need knockoff Aventurine gifts. I have my own real Aventurine gifts.
So please, keep this chip with you as a symbol of good fortune for our future cooperation. Take care, everyone.
Well, we'll be on our way then.